Welcome everybody to a new 30-minute lower body workout. I appreciate y'all being here today. Today's been a great workout. I can't see anybody for these workouts, so relax, feel good, and make sure you're putting yourself in a good enough environment so that you want to continue to come back to these workouts. You don't need any equipment for these workouts, right? You get great results, just got to be consistent. I am working out. So we're going to either be trainer pace, faster than trainer pace, or slower than trainer pace. Trainer pace means you're keeping up with me. You're at my tempo, my rest periods. If you're like, should we be resting? Well, what is the trainer doing? Just copy him. Then we've got faster than trainer pace, which is common too, which is people going harder than I am, right? Maybe they have shorter rest periods. Maybe we've identified our exercise that we really like for something, and we're doing more than 3 sets. And we just want to keep going. And then we've got slower than trainer pace. It means you can't keep up with the trainer. So that means I'm giving exercises and techniques that are a little bit more advanced. So what you're doing is you're taking that same idea and technique and you're making it easier, and you're regressing, and you're coming up with an idea of something that's similar to what I just gave you, but in a easier form, right? And you need to push and think about this because I can't correct everybody on the fly. So I'm giving you the program of exercises with no equipment, and then you got to fit it for yourself, right? So first exercise that we do is we're going to do a hamstring bridge. It's the cousin of the glute bridge, but the hamstring bridge is, instead of our knees being bent, they're open, and we're going up and down. So let's begin. So my toes are up on this one. I'm pushing through my heels. My feet are up. And my knees aren't bent. They're slightly bent. But usually you would have them fully bent for a glute bridge. But this is engaging more of our hamstrings. And we also want to get high into our back as well. So let's go 20 seconds. You can go slower. We're really trying to engage that posterior. Let's go 10 seconds. And stop. Good job. So we're going to take a full 30-second rest here. So I encourage us to stretch in between. Something that continues to move our body. Don't think of the resting periods as a sign of weakness at all. Right? It's important. We're working on our anaerobic energy. So we're on, off, on, off. We want to get good at being on, off, on, off. All right, set number 2, ready, and begin. Nice open kneecaps. We don't want our knees to be super bent on this one. We're not trying to bring our foot to our butt. Our foot is away from our butt. Pushing up and high. "20 seconds. 10 seconds. And stop. Relax. Get water. We move around. Maybe we pop up off the ground, right? A lot of things that we could do in our 30 seconds. All right, in 10 seconds, we're going to go again. Last set of these hamstring bridges at trainer pace. Ready, and begin. In theory, you can do a 4th set and a 5th set, or as many sets as you want. If you find an exercise that works really well for you, for whatever reason, you want to do more of it, you don't feel done yet, I'm giving you all of the exercises you can do with no equipment, and then you can pick what makes the most sense for you. 10 seconds. And stop. Good job. So we're going to stand up. We're going to stand up. And now we're going to do a sumo squat with a 3-second pause at the bottom. So we're going to do this flat-footed. Bring into a wider stance. We're going to squat all the way down, hold it for 3 seconds, pop back up. Squat back down, hold it for 3 seconds, come back up. Let's continue. So squats are really important. You should be doing squats regularly for just your own body's health and mechanics. It's also considered like a sneaky stretch. A sneaky stretch is something that you just wouldn't think of necessarily as a stretch. So definitely a squat is one of those for sure. And stop. People usually associate squats with resistance training, high intensity, going hard. But squats are actually an important mechanical component of our body, which means that we can work on it even in a warm-up sense, a stretching sense. There's a lot of natural positions through a squat. Set number 2, ready, and begin. A lot of things that people do in life, you have to squat in order to do it. So it's important that you have good mobility through that range of motion. Totally not even thinking about weight or a barbell or anything like that. That's ridiculous. You know, people always jump right to those things when they can't even do what it is that we're doing right now. Or if they can't even do it for 10 reps, 10 seconds. Upper body and lower body are very different. And what I mean by that is like our upper body, we can use weights much faster than legs. It's harder to train our upper body at home. There's not as much we can do. With legs, it's much easier. And our legs have to support all of our weight. So like it's normal for you to want to grab some weights at the gym and do upper, but if you can't do lower body weight workouts, then you shouldn't even be thinking about that heavy weight yet. You're out of shape. All right, last set. And again, with the upper body, it's not exactly the same. It's not exactly the same, right? So you can go to the gym, and I would encourage you to grab some weights and use them. Same thing with the legs, but different, right? Lunges, body weight squat. There's a million things that you can do body weight legs that are a killer, and you need to be good at those in order to get the best results. Because by starting at the body weight level, it ensures good mechanics, good health. You know, you're doing it correctly, safe, you're strong, good foundation, good layout. But if you're someone who can't even do body weight and then you're grabbing weight, you're at a much higher risk for something fucked up happening than if you didn't do this. And stop. All right, great. Great. So now we're going to do a hip thrust variation. We ideally want to find an elevated surface. So we're going to do a B stance hip thrust, right? So when we do this, we're trying our best to essentially, we're not trying to have both feet at the same time. So we're getting down. We're getting down, right? But we're really trying to be, so yeah. Okay. So when we're doing this, we've got our flat foot here, and we're on our toe here. We're on our toe here. We're trying to fully lock out with our flat foot. So we're going up and down with 2, but when we're at the top, we're really trying to shift towards the isolated side. And then we would switch. Okay, so we're going to go 20 seconds each side. Ready? And begin. So this leg for me is my fully isolated leg. It's been a while since I've done these, My kickstand leg is on my toes here. I'm going to play with the toes and heel, see what makes more sense. Let's switch sides. And stop. Good job. Good job. Play with it. That's a little bright going in this direction. Hopefully you guys have no problems right now. Sorry about that. So on the second set of the B stance hip thrust, my kickstand leg, we're going to do the heel again. Just forgot which one it is. I used to be a huge fan of these B stance kickstand variations, but now I've started to become more a fan of just doing either two legs or one. All right, ready, and begin. So liking being on the heel for the kickstand leg. I think that's what it was. They both feel right though. Switch. But this definitely does isolate one side more than the other, right? So that's why we're doing it. It's like an assisted version. 10 seconds. Even though I just discredited them the moment before, they're still worth doing and practicing and get better at for sure. And stop. Good job. Good job. We got one more set. We got one more set. All right, in 10 seconds, we're going to go one last time. I'll probably end up doing the heel again. That's what felt best. Ready. And begin. Ten seconds. Switch. Ten seconds. And stop. All right. So now we're back to standing up. So we're going to get back into our center position. Okay. So now we're going to do a reverse lunge with a 3-second pause. So when we do our reverse lunge, we are going to hold that bottom position for 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So we're going to go here in 3, 2, 1, begin. So we're holding 3 Mississippi on each lunge. All right, let's switch. And stop. Good. Whew, tough. The reverse lunge pauses, definitely harder than the squat lunges with the squats for sure. 100%, 100%. 10 seconds here. Ready. And begin. Switch. And stop. Good job. Good job. We got one more set. Got one more set. Ten seconds. Gonna go again. Doing great, guys. Doing great. 3, 2, 1. Begin. And switch. Almost there. And stop. Ooh, man, those reverse lunges, 3-second pauses are no joke. Seriously, no joke. All right, now we are doing glute bridges. Okay, so we did the hamstring bridge, we did a B stance, hip thrust, and now we're doing a glute bridge. So now the glute bridge, our knee is bent. See, my knees are bent? Before we were like this. Now we're like this. We're going to push up all the way locked out. Our third bridge variation. We should be really good at these by now. 40 seconds, begin. Lock out all the way. Higher, higher, higher. Fully locked out at the hip, not the back. You shouldn't feel like, in theory, you should feel like you can go higher, but if you focus on your back, we're only focused on your hip. You should feel like you can't go any higher in the hip. Focus your energy and going as high as you can through the hip only, back down. 10 seconds. And stop. That's a good job. That's a good job. Let's relax. "20 seconds. We're going to go again. You can go sooner if you want. You can wait longer if you want. Doesn't matter. In 10 seconds. We're going again. Ready. And begin. "20 seconds. "10 seconds. And stop. Oh, man. 10 seconds here. Ready and begin. Ah. 10 seconds. Ah. Ah. And stop. Good job. So we're going to stand up. Oh. So we're going to do a standing single leg hip rotation. We can do this on the mat. I'm going to do this on the mat, which is going to make it harder. If you're someone who wants it, who's not as advanced, do it on the solid floor. We're going to have our leg up. This leg is as high as we can. And then the standing leg that we're on is focusing on being very stable. And we're trying to twist as much as we can. So even though the standing leg is stable, it is also dynamically moving at the same time to accommodate the twist. I don't want you to be so stiff in this leg where it negatively affects the turn. I want you to turn all the way. All right, begin. Let's go. You can essentially even turn your head to maximize the full range of motion. So being on a wobbly surface makes it harder, but being on a wobbly surface does not necessarily make it more stable for you or makes it better. And stop. All right, let's switch. Because in my opinion, if there's someone working on stability, you're someone who struggles to do this, then I think doing on the hardwood floor and even holding on to something is going to be better for your improvement of that than this. So this is better right now. And stop. For someone who's more advanced and is looking for a good challenge. So it's because it's going to test the stability that you have and make it even better. But if you're someone who already isn't good at stability and being on one leg, you'll never get an opportunity to actually feel it working for you when it's too difficult. So by being on the hard floor or holding on to something, it's going to allow those muscle fibers to fire up and begin. It's going to allow us them to fire up. And then with the right coaching, the right words of advice to put it all together, then you're going to feel like you're making improvements. And then you can make it harder by doing something like this, which will then help improve your stability. But if you're someone who isn't good at stability, this might just be too difficult. You can't even make any proper observations. You don't even know what you're feeling. Switch. Versus, again, on the floor or assisted. And assisted means holding on to something. You can hold on to something while you do this. It's just going to allow you to get it all fired up. And over time of consistency, it's hard for me to believe you don't make progress at all. But I could see someone not making any progress by doing stuff too hard right away. Stop. So, doing wobbly training, thinking it's going to help someone who's not stable get better, I don't think is the move. Again, this is coming from someone who trains in person. So right now I'm teaching this class in my free time in between my clients. Of course, it's a proactive business move too. Good marketing, good for my business, but I'm proactively doing this in my free time. I could just be sitting around and begin. I don't need to be doing this, right? So it's not like I'm only online. I'm with people in person, like practicing what I'm saying. And then I'm coming in here and sharing it with you. So very live action concepts. If you're wondering, how does he know all this stuff? I just like training people in person and online. Switch. Ooh. That's partly why you guys can listen to me, because I have so much experience. So if you want to work with someone who has experience, you want to take advice from someone who has experience, someone's full-time expert, definitely someone worth talking to. And stop. Okay, so now last exercise. So we're going to do a single leg reverse hyper. So now we're laying back on the floor and we're isolating one hip. Popular move I've done here a lot. So we're down. All right, one leg at a time. We're lift. We're really trying to isolate one side at a time. And begin. Lifting up. Ten seconds. Switch. Ten seconds. And stop. Really good, guys. Really good. For this one, we're just going to do 20-second rest period. So in 10 seconds, we're going to go again. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Trying to go full hip extension each time. It's just like those other exercises that we did. It looks different, but it's very similar. Just trying to lift my hip, squeeze my glutes. My glutes is an auto squeeze when I lift my frontal hip. For 10 seconds. Switch. Ten seconds. And stop. All right, we got one more set. Just a short 20-second rest, and then we're hitting it again. Ready, and begin. Switch. Ten seconds. And stop. Great job today, everybody. Give us a big round of applause. Whew, that was a good workout. I feel good. No equipment was needed. Let's be consistent, guys. If you're a beginner, if you're someone who hates working out their legs, you're someone who wants to put strength in their legs, you're a beginner trying to build them up, or you're someone who's been working out but wants to rebuild their legs, I'm the guy to talk to. And have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care.